Hi, everyone. Thank you once again for joining the Heroes on Otech Pro webinars. This runs every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So we've had a wonderful week. We had great update with our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufare, on January the 10th. That is a couple of days ago. There was so much information and excitement. And today we are blessed with the presence of our own friend and brother, Red Friend, who will be doing it just like no one else would with the updates. And of course, I'm always there with my sister Fumi. Sis, do you want to say hi to Red, please?
Hello, Reg. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us today. And welcome to everyone as well. Thank you very much.
So over to you, Red. Thank you.
Thank you very much. For me and the rest of the panel, good to be here. Look at all you English people. Fantastic. Good to be here as always. Okay, so let's update everybody of what's been going on as far as On Passive is concerned. If you remember back to just before Christmas, our CEO promised a few things. One was that we would hear a lot more from corporate and himself during 2024. It was one of the things that he wanted to focus on was being more available, giving us more updates as affiliates in this amazing business. And sure as eggs, right from the get-go of the first week of January, we've been getting at least 2 lots of updates per week from him. And last week was, in fact, this week just gone was a very special week in On Passive. Why? Because there was, in my opinion, probably the biggest news that we've had so far to date as far as the company is concerned. Now, people might agree with me or they might not agree with me, but I think the enormity and the scope of what we've been told really is massive as far as the company is concerned. If you remember back a long way ago, our CEO said, we need 3 things to be able to own the internet. And that the first one was to have our own single sign-on system. That is our very own ecosystem, which we have now called the OES. The second thing that he said we needed was to be in control of our own data, whether that means hosting through multiple regional data centers and having our own domain and web facilities. Now, when we saw him Wednesday night, he gave us the amazing news that we have just been accredited with OConnect registration. For those of you who don't know what OConnect is the registrational domain for numbers and numeric numbers, and this is what you need as a business if you are going to enter the domain name services. And for me, this really does start our business. Now, I will point out that our CEO did say that as far as the domain name service is concerned, he's not putting a date on it, but he did say it will be here in 2024. Now, for a business to start evolving and even to get to the point of being accredited as a representative for ICANN, there's an awful lot of hoops and documentation that has to be signed. And if you go to the ICANN website, it actually walks you through what the company needs just to even get through the door, and before they even get to the point of being accredited so that they can become a DNS hosting company. Now, they need to have the right infrastructure, and part of that is the tech side, which we have. They certainly have to have the support network within it. We've had that as well. And also all of the legal documentation as well has to be fine-tuned, and it also has to be looked at in very, very big details. Now, the level of registration that we have is the top level. You can just have the hosting facilities, you can just have the DNS, so you can have your own domains, but we have the whole package. This means that in the future, not only will we be able to select our own domain names, but we will also have included in that will come the hosting, included that will come websites. And here was the really interesting thing that he said, actually, as far as that was concerned, on Let's O with Ron on Friday night. He was saying that not only are we going to give you pre-loaded websites, but it will have all the information there already, including your affiliate links, including all the information, and you're going to have multiple websites that are all going to be linked in to your domain name. Now, as far as the domain name is concerned, you can choose whatever you like, whether it's a business, whether it's you personally. But again, on Let's O, our CEO was enlightening us with the importance of how your brand of you is so important to be built in the internet space from now moving forward. You are the brand, not a made-up name or anything like that. He said it really is important for you to start branding you. And I really loved the way he was talking about this, and giving us really good ideas for us to think about what we want to have that name for. Now, remember, each of our accounts, if you have multiple accounts, is completely separate, and each of our accounts will have to have its own domain name. So start thinking about what you want to do as far as each of those accounts is concerned for moving on in the future. Now, also on Wednesday, the other massive, and I mean absolutely massive, information that he gave us was about from last Wednesday, okay, the 10th of January, we have now got our own AI cloud computing in multi-regionals as far as hosting is concerned. Now, I'm sure Collins is going to go on to and give you a little bit more about data and hostings and what we've used previously as far as OConnect is concerned and the company, and why this is such a big deal. But as far as a company is concerned, remember what I said, you need three things to own the internet. Ecosystem with that single sign-on, tick, we've got that. Data centers so that we host all our own data on the internet, tick, we've got that. Domain name services, tick, we've got that. There is only one now that we have not got, and I am sure as eggs is eggs that this coming year at some point we will have that also, and that is as far as merchants is concerned. Now, I know that the problems that we've had over the last couple of months or so has accelerated his wish list as far as third-party merchants is concerned, and I am sure that this is being worked on tirelessly through the background so that we can have that in-house. But the information that we had from Ash on Wednesday really was absolutely phenomenal. It really, really was. So huge congratulations for that. And like I said, the ICANN domain registry, this really is, again, a massive game changer. Why? Because not only from us as affiliates within the business, it means that we now can bring any external domains onto our own hosting platform. But it's also, guess what? It's another product for us to be resellers of out there. Now, we all know GoDaddy. Everyone knows GoDaddy, and probably I would say 99% of us here have got domain names through GoDaddy. But we also know the cost of what it costs us through GoDaddy as well. What is the one thing that we certainly know of our CEO Ash Bufara is value, and cost is something that he prides himself on by being cheaper than anyone else in the marketplace. So again, I'm extremely excited to see how that pans out in this year of 2024. Also, other news that came out of it was a new business sector of OnPassive that is absolutely nothing to do with AI. To be honest, I was a little bit taken aback when he said we've got a brand new sector that's being worked on at the moment. It's nothing to do with AI or digital. This is to do with real estate. And he said this is a very, what was the words he used? He said this is a very lucrative niche within the market. No details have been given as yet, but one thing's for sure. If our CEO is telling us that it is a lucrative niche in a massive market, let's face it, walk down any high street in any country and you are guaranteed to see many, many offices of real estate agents, aren't you? Whether it's the UK, whether it's America, they are absolutely everywhere. Why? Because there is a huge demand for them. And if there is that huge demand for them, guess what? OnPassive is there, front and center. And that is another market that we will be tapping into in the future. No information on this has been given, but it's a very exciting development as far as the business is concerned, and one I'm extremely excited about. He also said as well about a new unit. In fact, it's more of a secondary arm of our existing O Media, and this is AI Media. And if you are plugged into OnPassive, you will have seen a few or a video that's going around at the moment from a television program in Egypt that is literally watched by millions of people. And this is a very exciting development. And also, if you are on social media, you would have seen a AI image of our very own CEO, Ashmi Farah, giving us good wishes for 2024, etc. And this has come out of the AI Media, just to give us a little taster of exactly what they do and how it is, what it's going to look like moving forward. Really, really exciting stuff. And I loved what it was showing. And the interview is all about how other companies have tried AI and they've either bought into it, but how we are actually developing our very own AI avatars and using it for advertising. And we have now many, many companies that have approached O Media, and AI Media are coming together with them to make these avatars and videos, etc., for their advertising campaigns. Very, very exciting indeed. And the last one then was a little bit more about OConnect. He said that on the 16th of January, and this is quite an important update, 16th of January is the cutoff date for people who are purchasing OConnect and activating their founders accounts within the ecosystem to be eligible for the pool of users from onpassive.com. It doesn't mean that you will not have chance to activate your accounts. In fact, you've got all year up to September the 1st to activate your accounts by purchasing any of the OnPassive products and services. But the 16th for this first phase of the eligibility of the pool from onpassive.com is at midnight Eastern Standard Time on the 16th of January. Also, it's important to note as well that the discounted price that Ashmi Farah told us about for OConnect up to the 31st of January, that's still intact. So you can still purchase it up to the 31st of January at that discounted price of $93 US. But unfortunately for this first round, unless you do it by the 16th, you will not be eligible for that traffic pool to start with. Is it going to be more in the future? Yeah, I'd have thought there will be, but not straight away, that's for sure. Also, he mentioned about OConnect that there's a lot more bits coming to it. For instance, multi-host and co-host presenters for the whiteboards. They can doodle and do things collectively on that, and also externally of the whiteboard, for instance, over web pages, etc. You can collaborate and mark stuff up as well. Attendees can request to be speakers, and the host can see them and obviously accept or decline them onto the panel. There's also now the layouts that we see as the speaker panel. This has not got the same layout for attendees. And also by a week, it was a week Saturday, so going to be this Saturday coming, the 20th, attendees will have the same view as the speakers do as well. A lot of work has gone into this, guys, in the background. So kudos to all of those. Also coming, remember, we've got the translation, closed caption, video backgrounds, noise cancellation, text to speak, etc. These are all been working on and will be rolled out as and when they are ready. So an awful lot of information was given on the Wednesday from our CEO, one that you should be extremely excited about and one you should be really proud about from our company for what they have been working on in the background. That is for sure. It really is huge news to get the accreditation of the ICANN company. Not many companies have it, like 2,500 worldwide, I think. And for us, I don't know what the number is, but to have that top level, it is very, very few indeed. So what else has happened in the week? Friday, we've had a update on your OES app in the either App Store or Google. If you're on iPhone, just log into it. It'll auto update. If you're on Android, you need to go to Google Play and click that update button. That is being done. Also, Ash was on Let's O. Bill Musk has done an extremely good audio video of the best bits of Ash on there. That is in your O Founders back office now that you can go and listen to it. Excellent work, Bill Musk. Congratulations. Also on Saturday, that would be yesterday, a form did go out by Marty for the blank profile section. We received enough information from that got passed on to the tech guys. They were super on the ball, and by this morning, Sunday, every single person's profile area that was blank should now be updated. There is 2 fields that still are blank, by the way, guys, and that is there for O-Verify when it's coming, and that is for the national ID information, date of birth and name that goes on the national ID. So don't worry about that. You don't need to send tickets that you can't fill that out. That is something that's coming in the future. So all in all, a very busy few days, not even 1 week, is it? Just a few days, and really is amazing what they are doing in the background. Comfort, that's it for me. Back to you.
Wow, thank you so much, Red. We appreciate you doing this for us all the time. So Collins, Red mentioned you, and of course rightly so, because we saw the excitement in both of you when Ash did the announcement. So would you like to quickly give us a bit of more information when it comes to data and hosting and all of those, please? Thank you.
Thank you, Comfort. Thank you, Red. Red was just giving a complete update of everything. You know, it's really so nice. And please, let's pay attention. Honestly, we really need to replay this again for others to watch, because that's a complete update, the weekly update. We've just got it here from Red. You know, so Red touched about data, and data is money. We always know data is money. That's one of the things, the key factor of our ecosystem. When I talk about the pillars of OnPassive, you know, data is one of the pillars. Data center is one of the pillars. You cannot build a business, especially a business of this magnitude, without data center. I remember when I started talking about the products, we started to look at the magnitude, you know, OMail, you know, OConnect. We started thinking. I sat behind with Oliver and Bob. I think Maddy was there. We called Maddy. We said, you know, we need a data center. Maddy was like, what? I said, yeah, we need a data center. If we don't have data center, we are dead. where are we going to get the money? We're talking about financial freedom. Where will Ash get the money to even give us if Amazon is taking everything? You know, Maddie was like, my goodness, this is massive. He said, all the data is going there, is metered. I think a month later, I said, we've got a data center. Because that is how the system, if you want to build a good business, I said it. Now let's look at the cloud computing data center Ash talked about. This is really huge. You're talking about multi-region, cloud data center. So when you look at it, and remember Ash told us that there is cloud multi-region in United Kingdom. So they want to, what they are doing here is, there's a lot of regulation. There is a lot of replication of data when you have a multi-region because of the way the world is looking at data, and everybody want to know where their data is reside. For instance, America has their own law. Bob is not here, but Oliver is here. They know all of these things, the regulations. But now you look at multi-region, you have a lot of connectivity. Don't put in like cloud. What is cloud? No, cloud is not like the outer space. It's just about a lot of connectivity, cables, servers, and split it out to different regions. And then the different region is replicable. So for instance, if there is disaster recovery, what happened? If there is something in one region, where is the nearest place you can connect? It's just talking about your server, your client laptop to where all the service are, the cloud system is. How do you connect? How faster can you get your data, from the data center and back? Just think of if we had only one, say one was just writing in UK or America, and 1 billion or 15 billion people said everything. I want to talk about 15 billion data. All of us are struggling to hit that server. That server will crash. So there is a need to split it out, replicate it, make sure everything is running seamlessly. And there is one of the big factors within data center when you want to control data, there is a system called load balancing. You balance the load, the traffic. That's one of the genius thing behind, where you can say this particular server or this particular cloud service, how many millions of data can come in, how many people can log into that site, and then make sure the system doesn't crash. Ash can say, all right, let 1 billion people come in. 1 billion and one drive that traffic to another server, the nearest server. So to maintain the speed and load, the fastness and everything. So the load balancer is like a messenger, looking at how the servers are doing, sitting between, pushing it's just like a traffic police, pushing everything everywhere, making sure everything is standing tall, and then looking at everything with all the security and stuff within it. So it is huge. And Red talked about, the system expanding like cloud. Sometimes, the system, readjust based on the way they have configured the system to say, all right, you can readjust dynamically when the data is coming. Can you expand? Can you reduce based on the size? And all of these things, they are all within. And then we're talking about AI-driven stuff. Sorry, I don't know what it's called. So AI-driven functionality inside. How does it operate? Dr. Tariq from Egypt is talking about big data, data modeling, all of those things. If you look at data modeling, it's about selecting the best data. For instance, for business continuity, what do they do? Business can say, we want this particular data. How do we filter this data? Data model is about looking at the useful data and then analyze it and say, these are the data that you can use for your business. OnPassive is doing all of that. So a business can come in, with peace of mind that my data first is safe and secured. I can get it anytime I want. And they can do they can filter it and give me the best analysis that I can do to optimize my business, maximize profit and minimize loss. That's what they are doing behind. And when Ms. Ashford talk about, we have our own. Look at it, OConnect is reciting that on our data center. We are saving tens of millions of dollars. The money that we should pay to AWS is now within OnPassive. Tell me, if we are saving this amount of money, as Red always said, what will happen to the founders, the founding member? If we can save money from everything that we pay to third party, because they are making you, they don't care. They can tell you every sweet talk. The more your data is going up, they tell you, my friend, pay more. And then the good thing is you have control after everything, over everything. What if your data is there with AWS? You don't know what they are doing with your data. They can tell you, yes, we have all the security, we have this, we have the protection, it's paper. But behind the scene, you never know what they are doing. But when you have everything within you, you control everything, you know, you can sleep with peace of mind and know where Oliver Fonte data is. Mr. Alfred, yes, the data is guaranteed, it's safe. We will never sell the data. That's one of the beauty about it. What if we are living in a competitive world? That's how I look at it. Now this is on passive coming growing. Another business can start to fight, like the way sometimes we see Amazon fighting with Facebook. What if you pay a big client and said, shut that person down, shut him down because he's a nuisance to our business? Tell Amazon, we want you to charge them more or you shut them down. We'll have problem. So now the beauty is we have our own, and everything that Mr. Ashmore is doing is about owning the internet. Owning the internet is about owning your data center, owning your payment processor, owning everything that you don't want to get anything to do with a third-party supplier. So I will leave it there. That's the beauty. So Comfort, you can take it over.
Thank you very much, Bra Collins. Thank you very much. But I saw Bra Mati just now.
Yeah, Mati is here. I think he's busy.
Thank you very much, Bra Collins. Bra Mati is off.
He's off camera at the moment.
Is he in?
Oliver, yeah, he is in. He's
I
just
saw
gone
him
off.
just now.
Just a couple of minutes.
Sister Fumi, he's not. He's not. Right now, he's not there.
Okay. All right, then. So, Jane, are you ready to talk? I want you to say something about the profile as well. The profile that we were talking about, the issue with the profile. Do you have anything to add to that?
Did you say Jane?
Yes, Jane. Yes.
I think there's an echo in here. Do you guys hear an echo?
Yeah, but we can hear you
clearly.
Well, I tell you what, I'm probably not the most qualified person to answer that, but I think the long and short of it is that they realized that there was an issue with the profiles being blank, and so they Marty, Ash, and Julie put together a chart for people to fill in their details on the accounts that were blank. And in the process of receiving tens of thousands, I think, of people putting their information in, they realized that it looked like accounts that were activated prior to November 24th were the ones that were affected, and the tech team were able to go to work and solve the problem. And literally overnight, Marty's shaking his head, literally overnight, they resolved this such that we wake up this morning and go into our accounts and the information is there. And if that's not an indication of the type of tech team we've got working for us, I don't know what is. It was absolutely amazing. And it took people working together to get it done. But that's how we can solve the problems of the world quickly, because we have the numbers, we have the engagement, and then we have the most brilliant people working on all of this. So it's going to be quite the ride if this is the type of people we've got working on this project. I hope that answered your question, Fumi.
Yes, thank you. Bramati, do you want to talk more about that, the profile issue? Or you think that that's sorted? Gina's already answered
did a fantastic job, but I can add a little bit. What happened was, things happen all the time, right? So we hear about it, myself, Red, and we talk to each other, well, they're probably doing this, they're probably doing that. And I assumed, and I was wrong, you know what happens when you assume, that they're doing something. I thought it had something to do with a verify or something like that. We chatted with each other. I just assumed they knew. Not all my accounts. And then, so was chatting with Ash after Friday and started pointing out a couple things. Some of them, support was one, and the other one was the missing profile. Missing profile, what do you mean? I said, oh, crap. So I said, people are missing profile. How many know? I said, a lot. A lot? Yeah, I think so, a lot. All right, we'll see if you can make a list. Okay. So at the same time, about a week ago, I started communicating with Kamal like I was Ash because I throw too much at Ash and he's busy. So is Kamal. So I asked Kamal, do you want to hear what we find between me, Red, Chris, whoever? Okay. Yes. Every time I said, okay. Well, now he's not going to talk to me ever again because I just slammed him for 3 days in a row. So he probably has deleted me from his thing. Anyway, I went back, got a hold of Julie. I said, look, just make me an area where they can put in their name and their mail, not one that's open, because the last time I did it, people came in from different countries, wiped out everybody else's name and put theirs at the top. Yeah, go figure. So I redid that 3 times. But anyway, she made one, very simple, your name and your mail. So I went back to Kamal. I said, look, we're going to make one. I'll give it to you later. Told Ash the same thing. I'll give it to you tonight. And the last I looked, there was 35,000 people. Okay. So I go, okay. So I started looking at it and I'm saying, wait a minute. This happened somewhere around a certain date. It seems like. I'm in Omino last night. And I go, I think it's come down to some date. I'm looking over and Janet Butler's nodding her head up and down. And she's really good at helping people, trust me. So I said, I wanted to hear what she had to say. She goes, yeah, I think it's November 24th. And I'm going through my stuff. Oh, crap. I had it between November 13th and the 24th. I didn't know. So I go back to Kamal and say, hey, brother, looks like there's a time period here where this happened. My oldest accounts are the ones that are bad. The newer ones are fine. Did you collect names? I go, yeah, not that many, only about 35,000, and they're coming in 100 every minute. And he goes, thank you very much, brother. His voice changed. But when there's that many, what that really means, I'm telling everybody, it's not an individual problem. They're going to find a code, they're going to click it, and everybody's going to be okay. That's what I figured. I didn't think it'd go that fast. So obviously I went to bed at 3 and slept a whopping 2 hours. I'm on Red's schedule. We have this 2-hour schedule that we do. Freaking morons. So anyway, I get up and I'm seeing first indicators. I go to the alarm clock. His name's Chris Johnson. Do you guys know him? Okay, so so I go to him. Hey, okay, calm down. Speak English. What? I'm getting people saying that it's getting better. So I go, that's what I want to hear. So I'm getting all this. Oh, it's better. It's better. It's better. I checked mine. It's okay. I went to somebody else and said, whoa, go back to Kamal, because you want to give good news too. You know what I mean? If you only give bad news, they don't want to talk to you. So Kamal, everybody's is better. I mean, there might be a few that are stragglers, but he did the thumbs up and said, oh, thank you very much. So thanks for everybody's input. That's how we can get stuff done. They do not know everything. Okay. There's things that go on that they just can't catch, and that's why we're here. So I told that. He goes, why didn't you tell me? Of course. And I said, well, I didn't know you wanted to hear every little. Yes, I do. Okay. So obviously about 14 things I sent him, and he goes, okay, I got it. Now stop and don't give me any more until I hit. So anyway, but it's a combination between, I get up in the morning, Red knows what happened the daytime in Europe. In the morning, I get it from someone else. So by the time, mid-morning, pretty much we get the pulse of what's going on. But they fixed everything. What was the other thing they had?
Commissions email.
Oh, yeah. So I said to him, okay, look, Red told me. And what's funny is I thought commissions cut back. But what happened, they didn't cut back. The notifications of commissions for your O-mail and your alternative email, they weren't given the notifications. They were still doing it in the back office. It was doing the right. So I told them that. They got that fixed. Yours is fixed too, right, Red? Yeah, right away. So everything they're doing is right away. I did bring up support. I don't want to get into details, but I think there's some people are doing things, they put in stuff, and then they close the ticket. They have no right to close the ticket unless it's fixed. I don't care who they are. And that's exactly what they believe. In other words, if they didn't find the issue or they didn't solve it, they shouldn't close the ticket, no matter what. That's just basic for any company. So they're working on that too. And there was something else. Oh, where people have paid and they weren't activated for OConnect. They're working on that now. But I'm also thinking that maybe that could have something to do with date and time also. You know, it could be. So they're looking into that. But the main thing is like, and I know Red covered all this. That's why when I heard he was coming, I was easier to come in here because I knew he was going to get bombarded and not me. So I'm being upfront. I like being blunt. So anyway, I believe here's the main thing. I did not know the company was being charged $400 for backdraft. In other words, if you go to your bank and say I made two payments to this company, the bank doesn't give a rat's patoot or any way the wind's blowing, whether it sees the chicken's butt or not. They want money. They're going to charge the company $400. Are you kidding me? And then we had people from certain countries that were doing it deliberately. Example, people would come in, they got a commission, and then they would come back and want their money back. And the company winds up paying 4 times what you paid, even more than that. The company will go bankrupt if that keeps happening. So if you have an issue with any payment, I came a little late, see somebody. See one of the people you go to, anyway, wherever it filters out. If it's that problem, it's not a bank problem. Something happened, no big deal. I think one of the problems, people do it too quick. You make a payment, okay, I'm making another one, then I make another one, and all of a sudden it goes, okay, you just made 3 payments, so I'm passive. Slow down, even if you got to wait 24 hours, it'll be okay, it works. It's been working very well, but it's happened to me, and I just wait. I'm not in a race, do the right thing. But whatever you do, there was a reason a few months ago to go to your bank. This isn't one of them. If you made too many payments, go to Unpassive. They are more than willing to give you your money back. They would much rather give you your money back than pay a bank or a merchant $400, okay? And I have people say, no, I did this. I said, I want you to keep in mind, we're probably averaging about $18 a month for OConnect. Okay, let's face the facts. All the months we got it and how much we paid, we stole it. We should be hiding every time the police go by. I mean, we stole it from the Unpassive. So complain. We just got to be careful what we say, how we do things. Like when we go on a webinar, Ash is there and they start playing this detective stuff, and I want to get the scoop first. It's just not right. It's not that we can't answer them. There's certain questions we shouldn't ask out in the open. It's private. We're part of the private. I'm not trying to hide anything, but there's a place and a time to talk about that stuff. But anyway, I was kind of all over the place, but everything is cooking. It's going to be a big week. Every week's going to be a big week. Who am I kidding? So just stay in touch, and we're all part of it. And like, as far as the domains, I've had 50 of them, okay? In fact, there's people that make a living just buying and selling domains. And how you got to look at a domain, because I always try to make it simple Marty way, is property. McDonald's is one of the largest property owners in the United States. So not only do they flip the burgers, they own the land they flip it on. And that's where the value comes in. They made sure they never rent land. They own it. And property on the internet is domain. It's a digital property. Your domain will increase in value every year. So find one that you want, make sure you use it. Ash did the best explanation of domain and why you should have it on Friday night. Whatever you do, listen to it. He did. I spoke before it because I didn't know Einstein was coming after. I would have never did it because he texted me, why don't you talk? I said I did talk. You just made me look like a moron. I didn't say that. But anyway, well, kind of. But the point is he explained it very, very well. Take the time to listen to it. But that's exactly what it is. It is real estate for you on the digital world. Now, when myself, Red, and Crazy Chris started Unpassive 360, I wanted to get a domain name. So I said, I'll go get 360.com. I went to Chris, I went to Red, see if we could collect money. We couldn't quite get enough because it was $17 million. 17 million. I melted right underneath the chair, passed out, because I'm going, oh, I'm going to get 360.com. And I look at it, I go, well, why is there so many zeros behind there? Because I'm looking for $10, $12. They said, Marty, bite me, okay? So anyway, that's what I'm saying. Domains are very valuable. And your domain will be valuable every year that goes by. I know I had people saying, are we going to buy it cheaper? No, stop talking. Can we get something cheaper? Don't look at stuff. How much does it cost? Look at how much can I make? You have to change that mindset. Somebody says, I don't know how much you're going to pay a month. I hope I pay $20,000 a month for products. I hope to God I do. Because what I want to tell you is, what income are you making? Think about that. Stop worrying about what something costs. I have never met a multimillionaire that clips coupons. Never. They don't even think about that. They think about how I can make money, not how can I save it or get it cheaper. We got to change our mindset, because all of us are entrepreneurs. And like I said, there's an Alexa rating. Everybody here, I think, knows what that is. I know Red does. Alexa rating is it does a value of your .com or whatever it might be. Is on passive number one? No. Could it be? I believe so. Ask doesn't care. He has taken the Alexa rating and broke it down between 600,000 founders or whatever there is. So he wants you to be the land that's worth the money, the digital land. Anyway, I think I'm done. So that's all I have. Yeah.
Thank you, Marty. Thanks so much. Yeah. So we just want to, I think this is for me, we just want to give a few minutes for everybody on the panel now. If you are motivated, it's been really a very exciting week. And if there's one particular thing that you'd like to share for a few seconds, we'll just give you the chance. Kindly just raise your hand, please, if you would like to share one or two things before we gradually slide into the Q&A. Auntie Lynn, just say something. I know that so much happened, so definitely.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about what Collins was saying about, autonomy and the strength of the company because of Mr. Mufara's philosophy of trying to be fully autonomous, not depending on third parties. It is a big deal for all of us. We all benefit. We have massive savings. That's a clear benefit when you're autonomous. You have more security because you're not depending on any other bodies to maintain security for you. And you can't really trust their word that they say, oh yeah, it's secure, but how do you know? They don't show you their data, right? And the fact that we're going to have peace of mind, and to me, peace of mind is priceless, not only for us, but for the company and for the leaders of OnePassive and Mr. Mufara. So I'm really grateful that Mr. Mufara has that philosophy of always maintaining autonomy to the very highest degree. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Auntie Lynn. That was a powerful contribution there. Thank you. So my sister, Ava Dias, you're always there. We don't know when you sleep, so at least you should say something, sis. Thank you for coming. You need to unmute. Collins, can someone unmute Ava Dias? All right, she's unmuted. No.
Thank you, Sister Comfort. Hello to everyone. With all this dynamic leaders here, what can I say? I just come here to listen and to learn. And that's all I can say. Everything is so powerful and it's a learning process for me. And especially with Marty and Red.
All right.
No one, I don't think anyone has anything more to say after that. Thank you for at least letting me speak. Thank you so much.
So, thank you. So, Andy, if you can, please just say quick 3 words about everything that you've heard the great leaders say. So, all right, John Barilla surely definitely wants to say something. Are you ready, bro?
Three words.
All right.
Awesome, fantastic, superb.
I knew it. I knew he was going to do it. Thank you. John Barilla, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I wasn't raising my hand. I was given the 3 words.
All right. Thank you.
Came up with words. Way to go, Andy. Let me just say, what we've learned in the last so many days or in the last week or so is that the right people are in the right places to do what we need to have done, because even with the little problems that might come up, or even the big problems, obviously, what am I saying? Even with the big problems, they are dealt with. But even with this thing that happened with the profile, the Marty, when everybody was telling us about this and everything, well, look at that. And look how quickly, once it was dealt with in the right amount of time. So I would just say, aren't we all feeling pretty good about that? I would just like to tell everybody to, hey, be happy where we are. And I think we should all be pretty excited about the coming days. And also, the chat is very nice today. People are just chatting and everybody's very positive and happy. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
If John Barilla is happy and satisfied with the chat, then it's really the 3 words that Andy just said. I don't want to spoil it. Thank you, Andy. So, guys, I think Sister Fumi, if they allow us now, guys, we just want to close this section and then restart the recording and then go into Q&A. Red, please don't go. You may have 1 or 2 questions, except that you don't have time. We would like you to join the leaders in answering a few questions